Welcome back to the Man Cave. How you guys doing today on this beautiful whatever day I post this on? I am your host, Black Irish. Got a video for you today. It's going to be about, once again, coffee dates. You know, how it's the trend to say you don't like coffee dates, and it's, you know, all the isms that they like to bring towards it. Before I get started, I'd like to thank everyone for subscribing and joining in. First, I'd like to thank Mr. James Reed. Thank you very much for joining the Man Cave. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. We hit 300. I am happy that my team of Spartans are joining the force and making this place a better place. Healing one man at a time, uniting as we should be. No more lone wolves. We're here to work together. Last but not least, Spiked Track. Like that one. Thank you for also for joining the Man Caves. All right, so go ahead and start it. Also, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, men, women. I don't discriminate. There's always a drink for somebody if you're willing. But it is a man's channel, so, you know, it is what it is. But subscribe. Make sure you let all your friends know. We got to let the Man Cave grow, get bigger, so that we can all share the same mindset, think the same way, and maybe we can make the world a better. All right. So with that all said and done, we got the few videos about the coffee date. People and their preferences.
If a man on a dating app or you meet in person asks you to go on a coffee date, what you need to do is set your standard from there. Say, I don't go on coffee dates with men that I am dating. So, if you want to take me out to dinner or you want to, you know, find another activity for us to do, I would be more than happy to accept. But I don't go out to coffee with men that I am dating. Simple. Accepting a coffee date sets the standard for your whole relationship. You are not going to get spoiled in that relationship most of the time. Yes, there is exceptions to the rule, but for most of the time, if you accept coffee as a first date, you have set the tone for the entire relationship.
She's absolutely right. You won't get spoiled. Just imagine this. This is the first time you meet someone. Now, mind you, this is not the second, third, or fourth date, and I still don't know what the problem is, but you know, it's a trend. So when one Jamaican woman years ago said, "Me don't do no coffee dates," all these women started doing it. So you're right. You're not going to get spoiled because you're showing how spoiled you already are by saying you don't do coffee dates. And as the title says, low value. It shows low value. Oh, it's low effort. They're not, when they say these words, they're not being creative and saying things that are the exact same thing with different words. They say the exact same thing. It's like with politics. If one person says this is the word you use for in politics, and whether you're on the left or the right, they all say it. That's how you know they're not really free thinkers. They're all drones. Imagine complaining, getting something for free. You're not paying anything, but you want to come out here and say, I don't do coffee dates, which you're 100% allowed to do. But a man's going to look at you and say, okay, well, then I just won't take you out there. Why am I going to waste money? You're already telling me you're spoiled. Oh, you won't get spoiled in a relationship. How does the very first date you go on dictate how your entire marriage is going? Honey, get the man first before you start looking towards the future. You women have everything backwards. You'll either have children out of wedlock before you get married. You'll think about a marriage before a marriage even happens. You haven't even gotten to the first date yet. Some of you women can't even go on a date. You just go for that Netflix and chill. So don't come to me with this whole you're planning things for the future. How about you start like a movie, beginning, middle, end. Let's start off from there. How about that?
He's not going to take you out. He's not going to spoil you. He's going to think that you are a low value woman. So he's only going to take you on low value dates. So be careful. Coffee sets a tone for the whole relationship. So you're going to be having low value dates like coffee, the entire relationship, the entire marriage. If you want high value dates, set the standard from the beginning.
The question is, are you married? Are you speaking from experience? Do you have anything that says that you're married and you've been through this? No, because women just go on TikTok and say whatever they want. And that's it. That's all they need. They don't need to bring in any more evidence. Oh, well, don't do it. It's low hanging fruit. It's low value stuff. Okay, fine. Let's just say it is low value. Now you have no one to go out with because men are going to start waking up saying, why am I wasting my money on someone that just wants me to spend a whole bunch of money? I don't know you. That's why you have the coffee date. back in my day, I hate the fact that I'm saying that, but back in my day, we used to go out on coffee dates. And if the vibe was good, when we're sitting there conversating with one another, we go for a walk. And then we do it. Then we see if the energy's still there. We're kissing and making out in the park. We then go to dinner or lunch, depending on what time it is. And then now you're sitting there having lunch together, and you didn't care one about the money. The guy didn't care anything about the money, because the experience was not, you were not setting the tone about what you will not do and will not do. You're dictating what you're not paying for. You feel that you, and I do mean the word feel, you feel that you have value and you don't. Because if the man was some crazy billionaire and spending money on you, I could totally understand it. I could even understand if you were going to Dubai and getting the free treatment, but it comes at a cost. You are average women expecting to be treated like a billionaire is treating a top tier woman. That's the problem. That's one of the biggest problems that you women have nowadays. You're up, your mind sits up here, but every time you close your eyes, you're all the way down here. Average people thinking that they're above average. It is insane.
Avoid men who want you to go 50-50. Avoid 50-50 men. Any man who tells you, let's do something together, we can put our money together. You pay this and you pay half. And now, you go to dinner or something with these men, and then they say, your portion is going to be so-and-so. He looks at the bill and tell you how much you got to pay on the bill. You let that be the last time that he has your company. Avoid those men. They don't want to provide for you. You are worth more than that.
Now, while Grandma Willow, Miss Aunt Jemima here, I will admit that she's actually correct. She's 100% correct. I'm going to say it. I'm going to be honest with you. She really is. If this was the 1940s, if this was the 19s, even the 1970s, heck, even the 90s. You want to know why I say that? Because the women that you would do that for almost don't even nearly exist in the modern world. I mean, they don't exist. There's just too many of them. Don't know how that works. And so that we're fully aware of this, the 50-50 thing came up because women didn't know how to keep their mouths shut. They were boasting how much money they made. They were talking about all the boss babe and most enrolled, most educated. I demand a man with 6 figures, and average men ain't up to my code. And the honest truth is, stats say that men still out earn you. But whatever. The fact of the matter is, she's speaking in an old-fashioned way when women couldn't work as much as men, but they at least still had more value. You know, kind of like a fat woman back in the day had more value because where she lacked in looks or that perfect 10 figure, she made up in a whole bunch of other places. That's why I used to respect the women, the plus size women of that back in the day compared to the fat women of today. They have their egos make them feel like they're tons. The women nowadays just don't deserve that type of treatment. They've lost that treatment. They've lost the ability to have a man that treats them like that. 50-50 happened because you kept opening up your mouths, and then men said, all right, fine, I'm not paying all the bills. I'm not doing foodie days. I'm not going to let Tyrone get his licks in it. I'm going to do 50-50. And then you got all offended. Maybe you should just keep your mouth shut and keep playing the traditional role instead of pretending that you're this modern woman who's got the bag, and then you're surprised that you have to go into your bag to pay for your dinner. And like I said, all this money for a maybe. A maybe.
So I do not accept coffee dates from men, and I just want to talk about it. I do just want to say that my reasons are just that, my own, so don't get under my comment section upset or in your feelings. So why don't I accept?
Before I even get started, anytime they start saying that, they know what's going to happen. They know they're going to get the responses they get. That's why they say it. Stop saying like you're shocked that they were coming back and they're saying anything about you. You knew they were going to do it. That's why you made the video. No one goes on TikTok not to get attention.
Coffee dates. Well, besides the fact that I'm really not much of a coffee drinker, I find that coffee dates are low effort, they are cheap, and they are the biggest waste of time, honestly. So when I go on dates, I truly do like to look my best because I do believe that first impressions matter. So I really do put a lot of effort into my look, and I find that putting effort into my appearance for $5 bean juice is a waste of time. So when you ask a man, why do you like to take women out for coffee dates, they will give you a bunch of reasons, and I'm just here to tell you that they will never tell you the true reason as to why they ask women out on coffee dates. They're going to lie to you, they are going to guilt trip you by asking if you need free food, if that's why you're asking for him to take you on a proper date. Do you need free food? Are you hungry? And it's really just because they want the woman to be able to prove that she is worth a proper meal. I don't care about what reasons they tell you. Oh, why does the price matter? It's about connection. You should only be focused. No, they don't believe in that.
Isn't that exactly what she's saying? Spend a whole bunch of money on a meal to prove to me that you can financially take care of me. This is their mindset. They literally are telling you it's low effort and they want to see if you're worthy of going on a dinner, while you're telling the man that if you want to prove to me that you're a worthy man, you have to spend X amount of dollars on a meal. I want you to listen to the hypocrisy. Yes, you may not like the wording. It's an audition. We're both auditioning each other. He's auditioning to see if you're a gold digger and if you're a good woman and you can get vibes. And she's supposed to be going to dinner to see if you grab her attention and that you are check off every box that she has. Why are we pretending it's not an audition? That's what a date is, an audition.
They really just want you to prove that you are worth a dinner,
yes,
that you are worth a lunch.
Yes.
And with that information, with that knowledge, it's honestly disrespectful for a man to ever propose to me a coffee date. I wouldn't even go on a coffee date with my friends. My friend knows better not to ask me to have coffee with her. And I know better not to ask my friends that either.
Those are your friends. It's not someone you're dating. Like, why bring up your friends? Oh, they know better because they're your friends. This is a total stranger. Humans drink coffee. So my thing is so all these women who say they don't drink coffee, right? Starbucks should be going out of business. Dunkin' Donuts should be going out of business. For my Canadian girlfriends out there, Tim Hortons should be going out of business. All of these coffee places should be out of business because none of these women drink coffee. But when I go to work, for some reason, every woman drinks coffee. Ain't that something? Go on television, you got coffee. On a cruise, people are drinking coffee. Canadians, French, Italian, all drink coffee. I don't understand why all of a sudden coffee is such a bad thing. Because you're trying to get more out of the person. Sorry, a lot of this changed because too many women want to do the foodie dates. It may not be you, but let's get something straight. Women like you cause the foodie date epidemic.
Because they're going to feel the same exact way. If we are going to get coffee, it's going to be on our way to the restaurant or on our way back from the restaurant. So I met a girl in class last semester who told me that she showed up to her coffee date in a bonnet, oversized sweatsuit, those black Adidas pool slides, and mixed match socks. Because she told me that whenever she was going to get coffee, she was looking like who did it and why. So she showed up to the date exactly like that. And the guy that she met up with was so upset. That's honestly why I don't believe men when they say that a date is only focused solely on connection and that all the other stuff doesn't matter. If that was the case, the guy wouldn't care about how she looked like on the date.
Okay, and if that was the case, you wouldn't be complaining about getting a coffee date. So your girlfriend decided to be a bum because she didn't value this dude. Any woman that does that and comes dressed the way she does and doesn't dress to impress, let's get something straight. If a Chad were to come or a Tyrone were to say, let's go get some coffee, you're going to get dressed up for Tyrone and Chad. You can talk all that smack all you want, but if you really are attracted to that dude, you're going to get dressed up. If you dress like a bum, you don't like that dude. Let's get it straight. Let's stop pretending that that's what it is. You didn't like the dude, which is totally fine, but don't act as if that, oh, well, it's low. It shows effort. If she doesn't want to do it, it's totally fine. But when a guy wants to go coffee date, that's low effort, but not her. You won't condemn her, but you'll condemn the dude who wants to go on a coffee date that he's paying for, mind you.
He would just care to get to know her, right? But no, he was expecting her to show up looking all done up. It was only
Yes.
one man who has ever asked me out on a coffee date, and I just ended up blocking him because, like I said, because I know why men truly ask women out on coffee dates, I find it very disrespectful, and I just don't want to deal with that. So you will be blocked.
Why I don't give a damn is because there's always women that say the same thing. I'm gonna be very honest. A lot of these black women are coming onto these channels doing the same thing. It's low effort. It's low effort. Okay, fine. It's low effort. What am I getting out of taking you on an expensive day in the first night? That's why I say, what is that man getting? Is he even getting a kiss on the lips? What is he getting? He doesn't owe you anything. You don't owe him anything. You're here to get to know each other. If you're going to tell me that looks don't matter, then do that to a Chad. Come dressed and normally. Go ahead. I dare a woman who finds the man of their dreams to dress like a bum. I dare you. None of you are ever going to do that. You know you won't do that. Because if you have a chance of getting a Chad, the last thing you're going to do is basically dress like a bum. That woman didn't respect him for nothing. And I'm glad. This is why I love TikTok. I'm glad that they have this, because now men can see how women really think about you. The simps and the weak punk men who basically still try to get with these women, they're on lock. They got them on lockdown. But the fact of the matter is that these women will complain and sit around and talk about what I deserve, what I deserve. I deserve. You don't deserve nothing until you are given it. If you didn't earn it, then it's not yours. You can't demand something. Just like a man can't demand your booty. You don't demand a man's money, his attention, the time that he took out of his day to spend money on you, which he could have been using for something else, to try to take you out. But that's not good enough. That's why modern society is dead on arrival, because too many women sit around here talking about what I deserve. It's low effort. It's disrespectful. Coffee date is disrespectful. You know what else is more disrespectful? When you hit the wall and no one wants to hit up you anymore.